So I'm going to do one example to show you how to solve a complex trigonometry problem like this. This is in lesson number 6. A video camera is mounted on top of a building that is 120 meters tall. The angle of depression from the camera to the base of another building is 36 degrees. The angle of elevation from the camera to the top of the same building is 47 degrees. How far apart are the two buildings? Round your answers to the nearest meter. So in this diagram, you have this building on the left side that's 120 meters tall, and a building on the right side that is some unknown value of h meters tall. And you're given this angle of elevation of 47 degrees and the angle of depression of 36 degrees from this single point at the top of the leftmost tower. And you're asked to find the distance between the two buildings. So we need to find this distance. This distance between the two buildings is also the same distance between the two buildings up here. And that line is a common line between the two triangles that you see, one made by the 47-degree angle and the other made by the 36-degree angle. So if I could find that length of a common side, I would have my answer. So to find this, I'm going to look at the triangle made by 36 degrees. I have an angle. That's going to be my reference angle. I also know the height of my tower is 120 meters, which would be the same height as this part of the triangle. So I'm going to just kind of highlight this part of my triangle. That is also 120 meters. That is also the opposite side if I look at the right angle triangle formed by the 36-degree angle. So looking at this to this, back to this. So I can use a ratio to help me find that distance x, so I'll call that distance between the buildings x. So that ratio would be the tangent of 36 degrees. So tangent of 36 degrees is equal to the opposite side divided by the adjacent side, so 120 over x. And solving for x would be 120 divided by the tangent of 36 degrees. I'm simply multiplying both equations by x and then dividing both sides of the equation by tangent of 36. So if I evaluate that on the calculator, 120 divided by the tangent of 37 degrees equals 159.2. I'll round it to 0.2. So 159.2. And that is in meters. So I have the distance between the two buildings is 159.2 meters. Now ultimately I need to find the h value. Well, it's not written in the question, but it's in the diagram. Let's look for the h value. So that first triangle helped me find the distance between the two buildings. Now I'm going to find the complete height of the second tower. So I already know part way here, up till here is 120 meters. If I can find the rest of the way, let's call that height y, I can get my h, and h would simply be y plus the 120 meters. Now to get that y, I'm going to look at the triangle above made by 47 degrees here, and I can recognize my y as my opposite side. And I now have x calculated, which is my adjacent side. So again, I can use the tangent ratio. The tangent of my marked angle, which would be 47 degrees in this triangle, is equal to the opposite side, which is y, divided by the adjacent side, which is x, and I already calculated x to be 159.2. Now if I multiplied both sides by 159.2, I would get y equals 159.2 times the tangent of 47 degrees. And doing that on my calculator, 159.2 times the tangent of 47 degrees equals 170.7. So y equals 170.7 meters. Now if I want the height of the entire building, I'm going to take that 170.7 meters and add it to the 120 meters that I have on my diagram, giving me a total height of 290.7 meters. So 290.7 meters. And that's how you do that.